Hey everyone, welcome back to Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. And now we are continuing on with Justice for All, the second game. And we are on episode 3, Turnabout Big Top, and we are on to part 2-1, Trial. So we are, there's a murder investigation at the very big circus, and Maximilian Galactica is the one that they think is the killer. I'm not going to say I think is the killer, but they think is the killer. Killed the ringmaster, they think. So now we're going to go ahead and start off with the first day trial. December 29th. Good morning, Max. How are you doing? Max? Milk? What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. This isn't a stage. Or I guess it kind of is in a way. Stage. Don't worry. There won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. Yeah. I guess. Nick, Max is really nervous. Can we get him a glass of milk? That's understandable, okay? That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties! What? You don't think I should fly, do you? No, I don't think that's a good idea. You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter a room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No, I don't think that's a good idea. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? Me? I can see it now, the dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the courtroom will be on your side. Max, really. No one needs to fly today. No one. Nick, what's with that look in your eye? Nick, I want to fly. I like the sound of that dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. He's got that look in his eye. Okay. Miss Von Karma. Lovely to see you again. Oh, and you too, Judge. You too. Your Honor, get on with it. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. Isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor. He does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that is our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. If it did not count, do you hear me? It did not count. She must still be upset about what happened last time, yeah. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Yeah, okay. To be fair, her dad was. She is. Yeah. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Miss Von Karma, this is not a trial for me. It's a trial for my, Mr. Maximilian. What are you talking about? It'll be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. Yeah. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap this waste of time. Waste of time? I can't believe you, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there. Now. Now. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn. Oh. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in the question. At your service, sir. Ma'am. All right, detective. You may proceed with your testimony. Night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold. Oh, we actually get a map. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top. The practice session broke around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house. Okay, we did know that. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. We still don't know what's in the wooden box. What's in the box? Come on. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Ooh, ow. Okay. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. Court accepts this into evidence. Death was about 10:15 p.m. Blunt force trauma, back of the head. A blunt object. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Or not witness, but, okay. 9:40. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal, maybe about 1.5 inches on the ground. Snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. I need to take a look at the court record. All the circus performers were gathered in the big top. When you say all the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course, the defendant Maximilian Galactica and his victim the ringmaster. Regent the tiger was also there as well. Thank you. Thank you for that. What about the circus monkey? Good question! When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Oh. You're welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. Practice sessions broke up around 10 p.m. Oh, crap. Okay, the murder took place at... Okay, we'll have to go back and press on the 10 p.m. one. Bit more specific. Okay, no... Oh, you got a witness. This is meaningless. Time to move on. How did he meet his end? Bent over a wooden box. Yes, tell me more about the wooden box, please. Carrying the wooden box when he was killed. A strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? It was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Hey! Hunched over 20-pound box boasting a small but strong lock. About the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside? When we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox, so we took it back and cracked it open. All that was inside was a little bottle. Condiment bottle. What? Pepper. Yeah, that's weird that'd be in a box, but okay. Snapped a vertebrae in the neck. The murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? Yes. And you haven't found the murder weapon? My theory is that something the perpetrator ran off with. No, I bet he made it disappear with magic. Oh. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details. Okay, so just a little bottle of pepper. That's basically all we got. Now that we've wrapped it up, Detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. Oh, Von Carr, that's not very nice. That's rude. I don't know what wrapped up mean, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. Mr. Benjamin Woodman, this should stand. Oh, Ben! The ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. He did. He did. Yes, very much so. Please state your name and occupation. My full name is Trilloquist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with the song. The world of law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a man dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It's a good rhyme. Just the lyrics, they leave something to be desired. Trollo, you know better than that to insult a judge. Shut up, just look at your nose. Have a sense to fix it. Oh. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face. On the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star? Oof. Oof. Okay. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes in their minds. What's going on here? Order, order. I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. Oh. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. Trilloquist and Ben are basically the same person. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean, the clown. Okay. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza entrance. That's when I saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? You don't see a face. You don't see a face. Look at it. Then police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading toward the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses. How can you mistake someone with the crazy get-up and his nose stuck up so high? I think we get a picture, yeah. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. Dress-up boy. Well, since you weren't with him, wouldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? Hum! He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Here is absolute proof. A silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belonged to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing this signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for his hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutional skills are unrivaled. Oh, her doing her bow. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witness. Okay, let's press him on this. Talk about Mo, the clown, right? Of course I'm talking about the old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over his face. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way of kneeling over for good. He didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's already ahead of the pack. I ditched him and went to the plaza entrance. Okay. Why the entrance? To do something? Oh. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodge house have been a better idea? I agree. I think you should leave the thinking to the witness, Mr. Phoenix. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always thought I was. That's when I saw Max heading toward the crime scene. Press. Are you sure it was Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece get-up? Three-piece get-up. Get the wax out of yours, lawyer. Nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. He was the only one heading to... How could that punk not be the killer? You say saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right. That makes him the killer. There was only one person heading that way that night. There's no proof it was Max. Wait a second. There's no proof. Hey. Still don't get it, do ya? Three-piece joke of a costume, alright? Let's say it all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. We didn't see his face. Police showed up and took Magic Boy away. We need to go back to that one question. How can he not be the killer? Okay. Ben only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have saw someone else as well? Who else do you suppose? Oh, wait. He probably would have saw the Ringmaster too, wouldn't he? Because the Ringmaster went with him. I think. Right? That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the Ringmaster as well. Obviously, Ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with a sense could have figured that out. What are you talking about? The Ringmaster and Max went together to the Ringmaster's room. Exactly! Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the Ringmaster's room, why was he just at the witness stated scene of the crime? Seems that at this stage, I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. Your Honor, now let's move on. Trillo wouldn't happen to have ulterior motives for incriminating Max, would he? Yeah, the love triangle with Regina. Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Okay, I don't think I questioned on this. Around what time did the police arrive? I suppose that would have been around, what time was it? Around 10:30, okay. Practicing it at 10, so you hung around the lodge house the entire time. Guess that sounds right. Wasn't it awful cold? Can't believe you just stand outside in the weather. Truth is, will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in the weather? Maybe you were waiting for someone. Who said we were waiting for someone? Wait, the ring. Mr. Phoenix, right? We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracked under pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright? Who do you suppose he was waiting for? Had to be Regina, right? Waiting outside in the cold was for one person. He was waiting for the animal tamer Regina. He blew up! The doll blew up! They're waiting outside for Regina to come back from the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Oh, he's back. Okay, it's fine. Is this true? Well, I can't really ask me the question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be right. A bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all the time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, Even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense. What do you... The witness saw the defendant in the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that... Oh! Don't whip. There's absolutely no proof the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Come on. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. Yep. We got the ring for that. What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. Or pain. Thanks for the babbling. Your perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Silly? Come on. Okay. Don't be surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. Wait, where did we find that ring at? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. The monkey! The monkey stole it. That's right. Yeah. You're going to propose, you, a puppet? Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Judge. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Yep. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. Okay. Let's suppress on all this stuff here, and then we'll bring up the ring, I'm guessing. By proposal, you mean proposing for marriage, correct, to Regina? Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. You could have, I mean. Right, Ben? Yeah, got it. That's the truth. Even had something to give to her. What was it? You know exactly what I was going to give her. Numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer the question. You're going to die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Whip looks like it's about to lash out at about anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on. Maybe something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time... I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony about the engagement ring? I'm sure you do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to her. Okay. Uh-huh. Actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it. What's the matter, Nick? Kept it in your pocket? Okay. Whose pocket? Mine, of course. Gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry. Really. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? I love the ventriloquist. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but the uppity snob kept getting in our way. Maximilian, yeah. When I get a hold of him, I'm going to saw his wood block in half. Not with magic. Oh. They always say that love creates rivalries. Yep. I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still have got it in my pocket. Are you sure about that? Of course I am. I spent 3 months of salary on that thing. I'm not going to give it up that easily. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? Give him heck? Yes. The present for her. So I've still got it in my pocket. This is where we need to bring it up. You mean this ring here? Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Hey, that's mine. Give it back. Thief, thief. Didn't you just testify that this very object you believe, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her? It's still in my pocket. Why then do I have it right now? Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. What's going on here? That's Ben, say something. Don't you put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this money in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room you put money, like a bank vault? No. The filthy monkey is going to get what's coming to him. Money the monkey. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoid slandering innocent Fiats? Okay, in my court. Your Honor, Money really is a monkey. In every sense of the word. Ah! I see. Well then. Monkey likes to go after shiny things that he can find and gather them up. Trillo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know. That time, night of the crime. What did you just say? Details! I need more details. Come on, give me some. It was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. So the monkey beat them up. Okay. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? I chased after the ring-snatching monkey. Money. But you weren't able to catch up with it, were you? It was all because of this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling this way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. Well, this does indeed prove one very point. Ben doesn't exercise enough? Or Ben's testimony is flawed? It's flawed. There's a huge contradiction. Contradiction. The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after a Money the monkey. When he's chasing the monkey, no one was watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix? Where are you going with our little theory here? I'm saying that there is no possible way the witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this theory. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Thank you very much. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense argument does hold water. Exactly! This witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get this dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. I told you so many times, my story's not changing. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep going. Ah, your next testimony. Let's see what we can poke holes in now. I'll give you that. I was waiting for that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, and he didn't even acknowledge my presence. He absolutely sensed it was him. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactic at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Oh my gosh. Hat, cloak, white roses. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? 5 minutes. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Please proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Okay, let's press that. So you were only concerned waiting for Regina. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes you actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4, counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, you really think I would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Okay, you saw Max. I understand that. You think you saw him. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. Waited for about 5 minutes. About what time would you say these events took place? Oh, this is where we're gonna get him. You already know the practice finished promptly at 10. You already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to brain searching to know around what time I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was that? Let me think about it for a second. 10:10. Okay. Sounds about right because that's the time when I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. You're 100% sure. I told you already, I'm 100% absolutely sure. The three symbols again. Go ahead and tell us. I have curiosity, exactly how many times you have to ask. You're going to ask. Okay, silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. But it was fun chatting out with everyone else. Oh my gosh. Has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. So 10:10, that's when he says he was there. Okay, so you said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. Okay. Let's present the bottle. Because if Max hit him with a bottle the night before, I mean, or that night, I guess. Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Yep, exactly. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? Is that an admission of assault and battery? But not murder. But not murder, okay? Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and the witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way this puppet would have said good evening to his rival. Yeah. Are you saying the witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly. That's enough from you, Mr. Quist, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He saw the defendant. Oh, wait, what? No, we said he wasn't him, okay? I meant the victim. I meant the victim, okay? He had to see a different person. He saw a different person. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person who witnessed saw was Max at all. He had truly met Max that night, he would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person he saw was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was. Or good evening, as he put it. Will the defense kindly explain who it was? Now, the cloak and stuff we saw on the door to Mr. Richmond's, Russell Berry's room here. So it had to be him. Consider the ill temper of the witness. This is only if one person you would greet. Must be Regina, right? No, Your Honor. It's not Regina, no. That makes sense too, I guess. I mean, try to give her the ring, but... Oh, yeah. I suppose you got a point. Yeah, he did give him the ring if it was her. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? He knows. He knows. Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Him blowing up, I swear. I imagine, after he blows up, Ben just runs around picking up all his pieces. Order, order. How do you respond to this? Wait a second. At first, I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. So you said good evening when you thought it was Mr. Berry, okay? I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area, the plaza, that evening. The problem is identifying who exactly that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica or the ringmaster, Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant. The witnesses clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. Oh my gosh. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember it by now, okay? Here we go, everyone. All together now. Yes, yes, we know. Silk hat, cloak, and white roses. Yes, yes. Silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. What was that? The witnesses endlessly repeated he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do you really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Exactly. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Von Karma? Do you have a clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. That is very unfortunate. You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? You merely established one thing for my witness. To establish that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on that, your effort, but... who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. It's a clown, isn't it? Mo. The prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to the question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well, the court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Oh, time for the next day, I guess. To be continued. Alright, time to save again. So, we have learned one thing, okay? That there was one person that went to the area that Trillo and Ben were there to propose to Regina if they saw her. but they saw someone that was in a silk hat, white roses, and a cloak. The three symbols. And they thought it was Maximilian just because of the three symbols. But it could have been the ringmaster, the victim. So I guess we'll figure out a little bit more next time in the Part 2-2 trial. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. So, bye-bye.